So this is like my biggest. This is my biggest gripe with a lot of people right now, when they're like, "We want X character back." So they brought back Tono, right? He plays similar enough to what he used to play like. Like they essentially imported C Tono over, but you know, made adjustments to a lot of his moves to be tweaked, so he's not the exact same character, but you know, a lot of his combos end in air throw, but it's still like his best Oki, etc. Did they post the patch notes? There you go. Did I see Noselma's corner throw arc dry setup from like 2 weeks ago? No. Give Himia back and make her H-Moon. That's still busted. That's still like one of the best characters in the game. Alright, yeah. Tono is good enough that I think like his playstyle is similar. A lot of people recognize it. They're like, okay, I'll play this character. Akio. This was like the one that kind of threw me off a little bit because I was like, okay, they'll make her play like Seifuku since she's in, you know, her fucking high school outfit. But then it was just like, oh no, she plays like Seifuku, but she has all this other stuff. And I'm like, so she's like a quarter Seifuku and like a bunch of another new character. So she plays differently enough. Arkwood, her playstyle is still trying to get in, do shit, but she has enough changes to be really interesting with her combo routes and stuff in this version. Like her pressure isn't super oppressive, it's just that you have to be careful about where you get hit. Evolve, this character is completely new. He's fucking cool as shit. Like everything he does is fucking tight. So I'm like, thank God you brought out a new male starting roster male character. I was like, okay, cool. This guy's cool. Rola. They made him essentially H-Roll, but they gave him like a bunch of quality of life stuff for his stuff. So he's not Crescent Moon because that'd be too crazy, but in the context of this game, Half Moon with the lightning they gave him, really strong. I'll go over these two individually. CL, she's super basic, straightforward character. The slight changes to the moves that she has makes it so that she is still familiar, but like within the context of this game, new character essentially. Noelle, new character. The way she plays, she tries to snipe you with knives. She uses her big normals to dissuade you from being in the air, being from mid-screen. She has restand stuff. Design's good. The way they made her play, good. In my opinion. Coma. They made it so that he has a lot of the stuff from Full Moon and Current Code, but he can rebeat everything because he's like a Crescent Moon character, so he gets the God tier 2B. That's important. Everything else about him feels like Como from the older game, but like, you know, modernized. Good. Work. They changed enough for her that she feels different enough. Like she still throws rings, you know, you're gonna eat rings. Oh god, rings, they slow down the screen, Lamau. But she feels like a more coherent character. It's weird because I think she definitely feels better. Also, Granny Skirt. Hisui, she feels like current Code Hisui in terms of like how she flies around the screen, how erratic she is sometimes. But then you have to respect this time she puts projectiles on the screen, puts bento on the ground. Jump C is still a menace. She still hurts. Her Abare is really good. She can just like her 5A2A are good at mashing on stuff. Her 2C is pretty big. She still feels like Hisui. The important thing is they still feel like their character. Saber, new edition. She was originally created to be like a new Fate fighting game, but they said fuck that. How about we just make a Melty game, and then they put her in there because like she was being developed. Oaxaku still has some of the best normals in the game in terms of like controlling space. That's what she's good at. That still remains the same. Her plants still control parts of the screen that you have to respect. You know, it still feels like Oaxaku, right? But it's modernized now where her Bato does more in combos and stuff. Yaku, fucking incredibly quick infighter. She just gets in that shit now. She has a real run in this game, so she's mad scary. They gave her some quality of life stuff here too. Super strong, just fucking flies at you and you're like, oh god, the small girl's doing fucking martial arts, help me. Old character. Everybody wanted this character from jump. Everybody. Like, it didn't matter if you didn't play old Melty Bloods, you knew of this character in some form or fashion. You're like, she needs to be in this game. Like literally everybody says she needs to be in this game, and they were like, all right, here you go. After like a little bit, the first patch with the new characters she was in, she is missing some stuff. She feels a little bit slower, but that's in the context of the game. Type Moon is a little bit slower than current code, but the game is still fast and like in retrospect, so I think it's fine. This character, visual novel character, that's good. You want more characters from the visual novel because you only have her, him, her. That's it really. But, you know, more characters to be like, hey, check out this character from the visual novel. Do you want to play the visual novel? Or do you just want to play a completely different character that has all sorts of cracked out stuff because this character's nuts. This character's so good. And then, as of today, they put this dude here. Visual novel character, exclusive. Damn, he says his whole name? What a beast. Yeah, look at him. He controls nuns. He's a puppet master. But the way he plays is really, really interesting so far. Like, I like the way they implemented him. It feels good. It's like a puppet character without being, like, focused on just one puppet. They put a bunch of stuff there for you to mess with. Its playstyle feels good so far. Returning character. Everybody wants this character back, essentially because we saw her last arc. No, her arc drive. Her arc drive, when she does it, she turns into this version with the Pow Bunker. This character used to feel really slow in CC, but her ability to control the screen with lightning and have a dash that went full screen that had like clash frames or armor to hit you compensated for that. But in this version, she feels good to move around with because her dash is good, her run is good, her air dash is fine. She doesn't have real DP per se. It's like it works in a weird way, but it still feels like someone's hitting you with a Pow Bunker and that shit hurts. That shit hurted. Okay. Yeah. So whenever I see people being like, they just want characters straight up imported from current code, I'm like, maybe you should just keep playing current code. You know? It's okay.